Yeah, you never know.
Lay down and have one in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be the end of you. Oh, man.
It's got snot rag, just what I need.
Yeah. Eat all the pizza, Scott? Oh, you didn't. I think you had. All right, I guess that's a snack for me tomorrow. All right, Mike. Till next week, or whenever Scott's around next time.
Yeah.
Remember all your coins and stuff, Scott? Oh, cooled off.
Windows. Yeah. Humid though, but yeah. No, it's not that bad. It's cool though.
Nice. Right, yeah. Yeah, so-so movie.
Yeah, it's pretty non-stop.
It was alright, but it's just, you know, I'm sorry, but anybody with half a brain would have been collecting weapons all through that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, especially in that situation. You're already murdering people, what the hell? Well, not murdering them, but killing them to survive. You might as well arm yourself with firearms instead of bricks. Well, at least they had an exciting vacation.
Can't say it didn't take you nowhere, honey.
Yeah. We've seen a helicopter crash. We now know what it feels like being under tank fire, and we've jumped off buildings, and we've killed people. You know, interesting vacation for sure. And the kids too. You know, they had fun.
Not enough days in the month.
And they can say, you know,
they're gonna need.
Mommy and Daddy threw us off a building, and we saw a helicopter crash. And, oh yeah, we saw Mommy and Daddy kill people. Yeah,
we had child toss.
Yeah.
That's the best pair of shoes and a watch that old man ever got, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Sure, after it was all over, the old man went back down to the boat dock and looted all the corpses there.
Yeah.
And started his own gun collection. I mean, there was a nice 9mm Beretta there that he should have taken. There was a cheap 38 or 32, whatever the piece of shit was.
Oh, out of the Cracker Jack box?
Yeah, and there was several nice AKs right there, you know, and an SKS. Not to mention all the stuff we left behind at the monastery.
I'm comfortable with the 9mm.
Sure, works just fine. But I would definitely have grabbed me an AK.
Oh, I have been going since 4:30 this morning.
Why? Where'd you go?
Non-stop. First went down to LaGuardia, came back, just about barely made it for my second pickup. What a fucking pain in the ass. You know who I had to go pick up from the airport?
Oh.
Them. In the movie. I shit you freaking I shit you not. Oh, I'll tell you about this in a second. Oh my fucking God. I'll tell you about my day. That's why I was so goddamn tired, man. I've been literally up since 4 in the morning. I was like, I knew it. When I sat on the couch, I was like, fuck, that's it. I can't stay awake. Fuck it.
I guess you're not used to those hours.
Well, yeah, I can get up at 4 or 5 in the morning, but, you know, sometime by 1, 2 in the afternoon, I'm laying down and taking a nap for a few hours, okay? There's a break somewhere in between there.
The hell are you doing?
I'm fumes. I am on fumes. And I may even grab me a tea. You want a tea?
No, I'm good. Got enough liquids. What'd you lose?
Oh, I got my Snapple back here. I'll have that. That's what I'll have.
What'd you lose?
I have the key. I just had it in my hand. There it is.
There you go, Scott.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
I gave you more than that, but it's like all the small shit I got left.
Oh, that's fine. Thanks. So get this. Get a text. Take us to the airport on Saturday. And I'm like, well, okay, that's vague. What time? You know? And then they say, what time do they say? Oh, 11 o'clock for a 2 o'clock flight. Well, I look at that and I said, yes, no problem. And I said, and when, you know, just shoot me all the details. So right away, I'm going, so I said, call me. You know, it's Saturday, it's summertime. I gotta go down 684 down the hutch. You think this is gonna take 5 minutes? It's gonna be bumper to bumper. So again, I have to, so right off the bat, I'm going, You got to push that time back a little bit. Then another lady calls me up and says she's going to Wilton, Connecticut, which is really Ridgefield, and memorial service. Very nice. And this lady here, she's one of the good ones. And she announces to me a few weeks ago, I'm going to start relying on you more because she goes, I'm stopping driving. And she said, I want to be calling on you a whole lot more. I said, please. So, what happened? So then now, I'm never late for a pickup, never missed a wedding, never missed a funeral, never missed a plane. And then the one usual lady who I pick up, which seems to be hit or miss with this Eleanor, at the last minute calls me up and says, oh, can you run me down? And I'm going, oh, I said, you have to go a little earlier. Well, I don't know. And I'm like, oh. And I told her 9:30. I just had just enough time to run her down and come back up and pick this one up. She was the one that went down to 9th Street last week. Had just enough time to take care of her. 15 minutes late. She didn't appreciate that. And I'm thinking, oh, I heard you're never late. And I'm like, I never am. And I'm sorry, but we still got her to the thing on time. So now here it is, Saturday. Can you, so then she says, okay, I'd like to leave at, maybe I'll go at like 9:30 in the morning. I'm thinking, okay, fine. This is what, half an hour to go over. All you do is go up 35, Ridgefield, and then bam, and just right in Wilton. She changes it. No, I'm going to leave at 11:45. And I'm sitting there going like this, going, fuck. I'm thinking, all right, somebody got to get rearranged here. So I'm thinking, fine, then. You know what we're going to do then? I'm going to call up these other people and tell them 11 o'clock ain't no good for you. We're going to have to leave at 9:30. And that's just going to leave me enough time to go all the way the hell down to JFK and get all the way the hell back up to Heritage Hills at 11:45. And I knew it right away when I freaking pulled up at 9:15. She goes, well, I don't know. Let me ask my husband. When I finally see the husband, he's like clueless. He's just piddling around. He ain't doing nothing. And I hear the screaming kid in there. And there's 2 and 3 of them. 1 or 2 girls, the one little kid. Baba, it was literally this over here. And I knew right away. I'm saying, I felt like going up to the door going, wait, we're not leaving at 9:30, are we? That's what I felt like saying. I just said, yeah, we're not going to go, are we? So now it's 9:30, and I'm going, shit. Every 15 minutes that goes by, I'm losing, you know, I want to piss off this other lady now, who is like, she's really good, this one. So, you know, can I get the bag? Blah, blah. Finally, he comes out, and I guess grandma or some old lady was in there trying to watch the kids, and this and that, and she's up and down the stairs. And you want some water? And I go, no, I want to leave, is what I felt like saying. And then more screaming, more crying, trying to clean the kitchen. I'm going, can we do this when you get back in 3 or 4 days? Now it's 9:45. I'm sitting there saying, you know, you got 15 more minutes. I'm just going to call a limo. I'll just call up a local limo, and you can piddle around with him. And then I'm just going to go back up and go get the other lady. Finally, we go and we get down there. And I was still, again, 15 minutes late for this woman. And we just made it to this memorial service, which they called in, and they held it off a few minutes, and, you know, ooh, skunk. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Well, you remember the rules the transporter has? You're going to have to adopt some of those. Tell everybody, I'll drive you, but there are rules. If I pick you up, arrange to pick you up at 9:30, you are ready at 9:30, not 9:35.
I never
not
overlap appointments like that. I don't do specifically for that reason, and sometimes it's unavoidable. And I came literally this freaking close to calling up a limo service and saying, you know what, limo, you'll get your ride, and it'll be with my fee. You know, here's my fee, and then and then I'll go get the other one. It's about how, oh my God. And, dude, another fucking skunk? Damn. Damn, that's 2. You suck. Man. Yeah, this is not happening again. If I have another, if it's her again, this 300 block pickup, I can't do it. I'm not. This is twice in a row with her that I had to be fit, and she's calling me on the phone, and I'm like, and I'm flying, doing all kind of high speeds with this thing. Hey, not again. Not with this one. And the other lady I was taking back and forth to the house, she ain't so bad either. Pick me up at 4:30 at Valhalla. Okay, it's 4:29. Just as my phone hits 4:30, ring. Where are you at? I said, I see you standing there, and oh my God, you know, she right on spot with that. No margin of error. Same one, but then, you know, that's still 15 minutes. That's big, you know. I had a lie. There was an accident on 684. I'm sorry. Oh my God, I talked my way out of it. Whether she bought it or not, I don't know. It ain't gonna happen again. Ugh, pissed me off.
Well, they can't very well complain. It's got not a professional limo service.
Again, you know, I'm right on time, and I do crazy shit.
You're doing them a fucking favor, and they're paying you a cut rate.
Yeah, I know. Well, like I said, say it's a 11:45 pickup, and I get there, if I, you know, and I say, I'll go sit in the mobile station. I don't know, I do that at JFK. I'll go sit in the cell phone line. Call me when you're standing out there, and bing, 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 and I'm around the corner. And, you know, and then the cops are chasing you out of there. You can't sit, so I'm good, you know. But this is what I do. Oh Lord. And like I said, I don't like pissing off this one. Jesus, this one is like, I go, it's $20. Oh, no, 50. I'm like, thank you, you know, and you know, but yeah, that kills me. And I was like, look, I don't operate like this. I said it was traffic. I even left a half hour early. And she'll call me again though.
Yeah, because she don't want to pay a limo service. That's why she'll call you again.
Well, like I said, this is why I charge $10 and $15 and $20. You know, like Putnam Hospital, just give me $10. You know, I'm going in town anyway. You know, that's really how I look at it. You know. One lady had laptop classes. I said, I don't, you know, up at the clubhouse. I said, I don't want no money for this. Just here, you know. And my God, you're going around the corner here. You want to go down to Carmel or something, or I just throw me $10, $15, you know, that's fine. That's, you know, I keep it, and you start getting further and further away down at Westchester Airport, throw me a 20, that's fine, that'll fill the car up. I'm good with that. You start going further and further, you know. Yeah, I heard that. I was very happy with her. And she said she's going to be needing me a lot more. Jane ain't anything too happy about that, but...
Why? Red light, Scott. Oh, that's for the other.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what the hell? I never saw a red arrow there before.
You see that?
That's something new.
No, it's like under.
Yeah, it's a red arrow.
Yeah,
to go up the, to go the other fucking way.
Yeah, but it's all the way over on.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's all the way on your side of the freaking road. Yeah, that is kind of confusing, isn't it?
I never saw a red arrow there, any arrow there before like that.
I don't know.
Must be something new.
It's fucked up because the red arrow, like, it's all the way. It's almost on in the thing over there. So here's what Jane wants to do. She wants to go do the loop, as I was telling Mike. We go up Erie, which is like west, northwest. Youngstown and Cleveland's right around the corner, kind of. You know. So she wants to go spend 2 weeks with Holly. I say, well, how are we going to do this? I go, well, how do you want to do it? You know. So I said, you don't mind driving out there? I said, I'll drive you out there. So apparently sometime in July, I'm going to drive her out. So we go up to see Ed, spend the day with him, and or sleep in the hotel, go over, I'll drop her off. She can spend a few weeks at Holly, and then I can go back and pick her up. And then you loop around, we'll go to Youngstown, Cleveland, do the, you know, the whole loop there. And then I'm going to pack this car up with trains and go to Virginia. That's where the trains are going. She didn't do too good in Oklahoma with the 95-degree heat. And so apparently her husband's family came out of Jamestown there, in 1607. And there's actually documentation for it. Oh, here's another one. Ed's descendants. You know, the chain links for the British coming into West Point?
Yeah.
Laid the chain there. That's documented. Good shit. And then...
I wonder if they realize how little of their DNA actually traces back that far.
Don't know.
There's so many generations, unless they're all marrying their own cousins and shit, you know?
But they have conclusive documentation of that. Of somebody in the Galloway family.
Yeah.
Then over in Ohio, and then the cousins over there, somebody over there holds a patent in the patent office for you pull a string and then the coffee comes out of the sack there.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Yeah, instead of, well, you know, when you pull the string, and it's like a...
I don't really drink coffee, so...
well, anything, like flour, tea, coffee, not tea, but something that comes out of the bottom of a potato sack. Whatever, sugar, you know. So somebody in that family around whenever actually patented the idea to, you know, have a little pull string or something. I saw that.
How long ago did they do it?
Oh, way back.
Well, I guess they're not making any money off that anymore, I guess.
No.
Patents expire after a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And then somebody out in Ohio and on the other side of the family there, can't think of his name. Friends or cousins of Columbus, or friends or cousins of Verrazano. And they all, you know, knew each other. And can I borrow your map? Can I borrow your map? Sure. And then he came over, whatever the fuck his name was, and landed in Rhode Island and then came back. So they erected a statue in 16 something. And then the descendants, they have the book with the family history. Yeah. And that's John and Judy, which are cousins of, you know, someone on Jane's side of the family. They came out there. They were the ones that came out a few years ago, and they had the coat of arms and all the books and everything. Interesting shit, you know. Interesting shit. Eyes in the dark, and it's a black cat.
Oh, kitty.
Oh, and I found out who the person was that saw Lincoln's body go by in the train.
Who's that?
That was Ed's grandfather's. Karen told me, and they have that all out of diaries, you know. But of course, how many hundreds of thousands of people saw the train go by?
Millions, actually.
Yeah. So, but they have all this. What do you call? Apparently, people in Ohio and Pennsylvania had nothing else to do for the last.
Well, actually, they didn't.
So for the last 200 years, there's like all this incredible documentation of the family bloodline, and that's somebody else going this direction.
Well, there were important reasons for that. Back when the population of this country was a lot smaller than it is, they understood that it was not a good idea to marry someone too closely related to your own family. And that was the originating of that back in the early days of the colonies.
Apparently, a lot of people were in Albion, the family, and then Coshocton. That's where and there's like big family tree there. So then, like Jane's grandmother, we saw her house there in Albion, which was built back in like 1803, you know, and all this kind of shit. And then you got the cousin Ed and everything. Yeah, it was Ed's grandfather's like cousin or something. That was the one, or brother. I think it was Ed's grandfather's brother, and then him and his wife saw the train go by, and it's in a diary. And cool shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like the occasional black and white photos with writing on the back. Well, like all this like documentation. It's good stuff. You know? Neat to see.
Yeah.
But I told her to go to Jamestown. I don't know how handicap accessible that attraction is. Number one. Number two, I spent 10 years down there. I'm here to tell you, parts of July and August, that's not exactly air conditioning down there. I said, Jane, you're looking at minimum of 90 and 95. on a good day.
Yeah.
And I said, I got off that plane coming back from Seattle, and we didn't get off at the airport. We got off on the runway. And I come walking off with, that green army coat that I was Ooh. And I'm thinking, holy crap, did I forget how hot and humid it is here in this motherfucker? God
Welcome to Tan Son Nhut Air Base. And,
so I'm thinking, I ripped that fucking coat off. I'm like, God damn, I mean, it would have happened to me anyway after I got out of the terminal into the taxi. But I said to her, I said, look, you didn't fare so well in Oklahoma. This is, I said, you want to do a couple, 3 days? I said, I would do some online research to see just how wheelchair accessible that is. I don't know. That's all wooden fences and mock houses with the thatch on top, and this is not exactly an aquarium or a museum where I can wheel you around, snack shop, and then wheel you into the car. This is all, so I don't know, I want to go there. Well, yeah, maybe we'll go in September, end of September, when it cools down to 80 degrees. It's, I said, look, this is 450 miles south of here, and you want to go in July, August? I said, that's not a hot idea. That's not a good idea. Well, maybe you're right. I go, yeah, I'm right. That would be like you and me going to Phoenix in the middle of August and doing all kind of outdoor attractions and activities all day. I think not. It's only, what, 120 and something freaking degrees out there?
Yep, or hotter.
Or hotter, yeah. Idaho and Las Vegas on a good day is usually 110, 115 with no sweat. And this is the norm. Never mind, we're having a heat wave. How much worse can it get? How much hotter can it get? So I said, check the hours. Maybe middle of September or something. We'll go down. We'll check the weather. Or maybe we'll just hold off on the August trip. Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, I know I'm right. All I need to be doing is calling up the bitchy daughter that don't like me. Hey, your mom's down here in Virginia, and it's 105 degrees, and she's in the ambulance. Oh yeah, I can't wait to go to Chappaqua with that one. Drove her down there to drop her off, and the daughter didn't even come out. And then when I went to pick her up at 12:30, 1 o'clock at night a few days ago, gets in, just walks right in the house, didn't even get the luggage out. And I was like, thanks, and I got her in the car and left. And then she comes out when I'm pulling out of the driveway, if that tells you anything. All the lights are on.
Yeah. Wonder why. Big one. See him? Yep.
They put out a newsletter, in Heritage Hills there. And guess what the topic of the last 2 months is?
What?
the coyote and the fox. And it's not like they're sneaking around,
What's their problem?
hiding. Hey, broad daylight, just blazingly walking around.
Nobody bothers them, that's why.
Yeah, right? Yeah, what are they going to chase after it in the walker?
Yeah.
So that's been in the newsletter, and everybody's looking for dinner. Sometimes I go over and play with the neighbor's cat, and then went over there and just the screen was open by the kitchen door there. All the fur puffed up like who does that, Domino?
Yeah.
So I says, well, something's out there. He says, why? I said, look at the tail, and poof.
Yeah.
The other one's just sort of an intention looking at it. The other one's all, like moaning or growling or something. I said, something's out there. I said, it's probably the fox or the coyote, or probably a rattly-coon.
Generally, cats won't react like that to a raccoon. But they will to a fox or a coyote. More the coyote.
And it's not some rare sighting. This is like, if you sit out long enough and we see him, I go, hey, there you go. By the time he's gone, but he's just like a dog walking around. You can tell it's a mangy-looking coyote, though.
Yeah. Foxes don't generally mess with the cats, because a cat can hurt a fox. Fox is not a large animal.
Yeah, he's pretty though. They're really pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Though.
Coyotes, on the other hand, they are large and they can do some
mangy and mean looking and.
Yeah, well, they are what they are.
And they're tranquilizing black bears in Jersey falling out of the trees. That's always
Jesus.
Hugely populated areas too, not in the middle of the woods either. At least we ain't got alligators like down in Florida. So what's going to happen in Disney World now? How are they going to settle that?
I don't know.
God. That's got to fucking suck, though, a 2-year-old kid.
Yeah, well, being eaten by an alligator generally, it's not exactly a nice thing. I don't think Disney World's got too much to worry about. I mean, they did have warning signs up. So it's not like they didn't make any efforts to,
And they said it was silent and quick.
Oh yes.
It wasn't like some dragged out, noisy.
It's not their fault that the waterways are connected to every other waterway in Florida, and alligators can get in there because the alligators are, hunting them is controlled by the Department of Fish and Game, and you can't just. Disney World doesn't have the responsibility to send people out.
It's not an attraction, even though it's not. Even though it's
they tell you, so they warn you about snakes and they warn you about alligators, and maybe it was nighttime and they couldn't see it.
No, it was daylight, broad daylight.
Well.
And they said it happened so quick and the thing was silent, and it was like nobody.
There's also the fact of I would consider it common knowledge that Florida is full of alligators and snakes. I mean, we've all seen the same TV shows for generations now. A lot of them say everything from Miami Vice on up, where there's alligators, there's snakes, and they all live in the water down there. I mean, that's just common knowledge of anybody with even a minimal education. If you're a Floridian,
you should know this growing up.
But these are people who are from the middle of Nebraska, I think, something like that. But I don't care where you're from in the country. Everybody watches the same television and the same TV shows. We even learned this shit in school. Parts
of Georgia, all of Louisiana, all of, Florida.
Unless these people lived in a monastery somewhere and never saw television or anything like that, and all of that shit, and couldn't read, then how the hell do they not know that the waters of Florida are dangerous? But they assume because they're outside of a big hotel that the waters are suddenly safe. They're not.
They said this thing, it just happened so quick and it was silent. It was
that's what an alligator does.
1, 2, 3, and it was like, and it wasn't like nobody was looking. It wasn't a mobbed beach, but it was crowded. They said it was crowded enough. And it was 1, 2, 3, gone.
Yeah.
And then he went in the water and vanished just as quick.
Well, they went and killed a bunch of alligators, probably to get the right one.
Yeah, they went. They said they made it sound like they were questioning. They brought in 4 for questioning.
Yeah.
The way they made it sound.
And they're confident they got the one that killed the. Yeah, okay, how? The alligator didn't eat the child. So therefore, pieces of the child could not be discovered in the alligator's GI tract. How do you know you got the right one? You don't.
Yeah, they said we brought in 4 alligators. Like they brought all right, is that one? No. How about number 3? No. Maybe number 5. That's what they made it sound like on the news.
Yeah.
That we brought in 4 alligators. You know, that's the one, officer. All right, number 4, step forward. You know, that's.
Yeah, it's just a load of crap.
That is tragic, though.
Oh yeah.
That is fucking tragic.
Yep.
I mean, fuck, you know. It's a shame they had to shoot the gorilla in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
That was the stupidity on the mother's part.
Yeah.
The alligator, on the other hand, well, you know, shit.
Stupidity on the parents' part too, in a way, yes.
In a way, they say.
If you're going to bring your children to an unfamiliar place, you take the time to learn about that place a little bit. Make yourself, you know, at least aware of common knowledge about the place that you're going to visit. You know, what's Florida like? What lives there? Let's see. You know.
Gigantic snakes out of South America that are not
Yeah.
supposed to be there. That's what's there. No dumping.
All right, Scott.
Keep you posted on
Yeah.
on the weekend.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Shut up.